Hi, I'm back. Ethan's not here this time. He's just kind of sitting in the corner, but we're going to talk about the first race of the 2021 Formula One season. Um, I think we talked about it briefly before in the first video, introducing everything, but not much people watch Formula One, so we're just here to try to give it more popularity, give some smaller sports some more time to shine. But anyways, so I'll be talking about how to watch Formula One so that we can all watch it together and how the first race went. So I'll start with the first thing. You can watch it on ESPN. You can just Google the time of the races because they change, and also they take place in Europe and in like not America. So and then you can just log on to ESPN. And then for later races, it's on ABC. Or if you think you're going to be at Formula One for a long time, you can create a Formula One account. There's just a website, and you can just log in there if you want. Anyways, the fun part now, Bahrain, which was the first race of the season 2 weeks ago, there was this huge battle in the race between Max Verstappen and Hamilton, who are the kind of like the two best drivers in Formula One. And it went down to the last lap, and they were side by side, but Lewis Hamilton ended up winning. But there's a lot of concern on whether there's going to be an actual fight for a championship this year, which is going to be great. Another thing I would like to talk about is in the beginning of the race, Mazepin, which is one of the drivers for Haas, which isn't really doing well. They're kind of like the new Williams now, which kind of sucks. But Mazepin spun, I think, on the third lap, which is not very good for him since he spun also in qualifying. So we'll see if Haas would like to keep him for something more than his money. Something that made me really excited is that Ferrari got they got 5th and 7th, which compared to the last 2 years is really great for them. And I'm hoping that they get 4th in Constructors' Championship this year. Cross my fingers. So that's really good for Ferrari. I think Carlos is going to do great. Another thing is Lando Norris. Also, one of my favorite teams is McLaren. Lando Norris is kind of a rookie, and he out qualified Daniel Ricciardo in the race, which is something very hard to do. But Lando's doing great, and he got fourth place. But yeah, I'm very excited for him. Speaking of Max Verstappen, like we were before, his teammate Sergio Perez, who just came to the team, he had engine failure on the first lap, which kind of struck everybody. But like the great driver he is, he went from very last place to 5th. So that's something really excited to watch. I think you should watch him kind of go up little by little. Somebody I was very excited about was Yuki Tsunoda, who's the first Japanese driver in a long time. And he drives for AlphaTauri, and he did an exceptional job for his very first race as a rookie. So I am ready to see how he's going to do. And the last thing, since it wasn't a very eventful race, was Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, and Danny Ricciardo, who are two McLarens and the Ferrari, and they were battling it out in the mid laps with Lando in first, Charles, and then Danny. It kind of it just took a while. It was like Max and Lewis; they were side by side, but it was fun to watch McLaren and Ferrari, who are exceptional historical teams, battling it out for such a high position, which hasn't really happened for a few years. So yeah, that's about it for this race. Hopefully you can log in to Formula One, watch it, and you can understand what we're saying sometimes. But I find it a great sport. That was Bahrain, and thank you for watching.